Hello, mamas. Welcome back to the Mama Work It podcast. So glad you're here as always. My name is Marissa Lonick. I am your host, the founder of Mama Work It, where we support women in the juggle of mom life, work life, wife life, fill in the blank life. Also a working mom of 4 kids. And I'm excited to talk to you today about this topic, this incredibly important topic to me. I love talking about this. It is the power of vision boards and manifestation. Now, if you've ever made a vision board before, you know it can feel a little bit like, I don't know, creating magic, dare I say. And just to be totally clear, I've been making vision boards for years. And in our house, in fact, this has actually become an annual family process. Yes, I have gotten the entire family on board, the husband, the kids. We all do this now. And we usually do it around the start of the year. It has been such a fun way to bond, to do something tangible that doesn't involve a screen, to talk about goals, and just to hang out and have fun together. So it's become a family affair here. And I want to tell you, because I'm a very logical person by nature, honestly, but I want to tell you this isn't just some really woo-woo practice. This works. I've got so many real life examples of things that have come true from past vision boards I've made. For example, not once, but twice, I put the name of a school I was trying really hard to get my kids into. One of the schools, we were on a wait list and we were like pretty deep into the wait list. And during the application process, the principal had even said to me, I would have a plan B because it is highly unlikely that we're going to see 1, let alone 2 spots open up for your twins. Well, guess what? Those boys got into that school the following school year. Vision board, you guys. Another time, we were part of this lottery system to enter a school. Vision board strikes again. A few years ago, I put a photo of someone in just like peak physical shape. And dare I say, I got into some amazing shape that year. So I just want to give you these like real life examples and let you know that this shit works. All right. I mean, this year alone, I've probably seen about half my vision board already come to life. I know we're nearing the end of the year, but like, damn, that's pretty good. So even if you're scratching your head wondering like, what's she talking about, how this process works, how this exactly falls into your actual life, I got you. Today's episode, we're going to break it down. We're going to break down what vision boards actually are, why they work, how we as busy moms can make this process of manifestation, of vision boarding, a very simple, doable part of your life. And, by the way, vision boards, they're not the only way to manifest things, but they're definitely like a very fun way, I think, to make your manifestations very visual and maybe even to get your whole family involved in the process. Because like I said, this could be a really fun activity that you all do together. So if you've never heard of a vision board, let's start there. Really what this is it's just a collection of images or words or symbols that represent what you want to create in your life. It's kind of like a visual pep talk for your dreams. And the reason why vision boards work is because our brains are wired to respond to visuals. So when you see your dream home, when you see the vacation you want to take, even when you see the word peace on your vision board, it primes your mind to notice opportunities that move you closer to those goals. And listen, the vision board doesn't have to be fancy. Okay. You can grab some magazines. You can open up Canva, Pinterest. Like the point isn't perfection, it's connection. It's connecting the dots on these ideas and making them visual representations. It's about creating something that really lights you up when you look at it. So me personally, I love the tactile part of cutting out magazine clippings and putting them all together on one piece of poster board. And so I like doing a very physical vision board in that sense, but this can also be a digital activity. I've definitely done that in the past. It could also be a collection of printed out images. So maybe you know exactly what you want to put on there and you're Googling it and finding the images, printing them out, cutting them up, boom, done. Usually what I will do is put up, in order to get the materials I need, at least for the vision boarding process, because I like to do magazines, like I said, usually what I'll do is I'll put up a social media post in like a local neighborhood group. And I'll ask someone, hey, anyone looking to recycle magazines or get rid of magazines? And I typically get more than one volunteer, which is great because you really want to have a good variety of magazines that you could work with here, especially if you're doing this as a family activity. And so I go pick them up, I grab a few pair of scissors, some glue, and I either buy a package of some kind of like cardstock poster board, not the huge ones because gosh, that would take a really long time to fill, but you know, maybe the size of like 2 standard pieces of paper. But you can make this as big or as little as you want, obviously. You can get these at like the dollar store, Target, Walmart. Usually they sell a package of these. You could also get one big giant poster board and cut it up into smaller pieces. Or honestly, there have been years that we've used like recycled parts of cardboard boxes, cover the front with white paper as the background. You can get super scrappy and super creative when it comes to this. And if all the things I'm telling you, if you're still like really unsure about this practice, I just want to remind you, if you've been listening for a while, I have a friend, she's been on this show before. Her name is Maria Maldonado Smith. She is like the vision board queen. She literally sells an entire workbook to walk you through it. She will help you hone in on your goals. She will get your vision board juices flowing before you start so you can have complete clarity on this whole process. And I will link her website in today's show notes if that is something you are looking for. But let's talk a little bit now about just kind of the power of manifestation. This word gets tossed around a lot. And sometimes it sounds a little woo-woo. I get it. But manifestation is really just about pairing your vision with belief and then taking aligned action to support it. It's not about sitting back and waiting for the dream life to fall into your lap. Okay. It's about seeing it, feeling it, and then making small intentional choices that align with that vision. Now, I'm not saying miracles don't happen, crazy things don't happen that we weren't expecting, and sometimes things do fall into our lap. I've definitely had experiences like that. But I also think that in the power of manifestation, we're sort of opening up this part of our mind to see those opportunities, to notice those things that we may not have had the capacity to do if we weren't opening up ourselves to allow that into our lives, if that makes any sense. So how vision boards really fit in with this manifestation practice is they serve as a visual reminder for those dreams, and they make them a front and center part of this movie of your dream life. So you want to ensure that your vision board is placed somewhere that you're going to see it on the regular. Okay. Preferably every day, maybe more than once a day. So my vision board, it's in my office. I'm in my office pretty much every day. It's a home office. So, you know, it's easy to get to, even on like the weekend. If I need to pop on my laptop or something, it's there. I look at it so many times a day, you guys. Okay. Some people decide to put their vision board like on their nightstand. So it's the first thing they see in the morning, last thing they see at night. I love that because it really sets into this subconscious mind that way, because it's like the last thing you're seeing often before you're drifting off to sleep. If you're seeing it first thing in the morning, hopefully you're making it a big part of your intention for the day. You're really taking that aligned action with your manifestations, with those visuals that are constant cues and reminders. And manifestations, they don't need to happen only on a vision board, but I love this process and idea of it. But they can be a list of your goals. They can be a detailed description in a journal. They can be affirmations that you tell yourself out loud inside your head. I remember years ago, I was reading either a blog or one of her books, but I was reading something by Rachel Hollis. And it was before she became as famous as she is now. And it was when she was just blogging and writing fictional books for fun. And she would write in her journal, like continuously every day, I am a New York Times bestselling author. Even though she wasn't, she would write it in the present tense and she would write this goal, this dream. You guys, if you don't know, Rachel Hollis is now probably multiple times a New York Times bestselling author. She manifested that. Like she made that happen. And I'm confident that she took the aligned action alongside writing that down, but she created that through that process. Now, I'm a big fan of writing things down because the statistics say that you are, I want to say it's something like 46% more likely to do something to achieve a goal if you simply write it down first. But I get it. Maybe you're always on the go. Maybe you're not really a journaler. I've definitely gone through seasons where I journal daily and seasons where journaling feels like a really huge chore for me. So, even during seasons, during the pandemic, I created the Word to Your Mother prompted journal planner because I was like so not into journaling free form, but I knew how critical that the process could be in helping me successfully manage my tasks, my goals, my dreams, all those things. So maybe you just want to speak these manifestations into existence. That's okay. I'm going to advise you to write them down, but if that's not your jam, that's okay. Make it a habit. Tell yourself every single day, okay? Repeat it to yourself. You are the best mom ever. You are paid your worth. You are calm and welcome peace. You are one step closer to becoming a millionaire, whatever it is. This in itself is going to shift your energy. It's going to let the universe, it's going to let God know you're ready for it. It's going to help you see the opportunities you may have missed when you were focused on other things that are not in line with what you're trying to achieve. And the best part of all of that is it can fit right into your everyday routine. Like you can say affirmations while you're making coffee. You can write them down before bed instead of doom scrolling, talking to myself. You can just think them, say them to yourself, like when you're in the car, driving to work, after drop off, because it is that easy to start including these manifestation practices into your life. It just needs to become a habit. Now, if you're like, how do I start a habit? Don't worry, I got you, girlfriend. Check out the link in today's show notes. I have a free habit accountability tool that is going to help you. So if manifesting, you want that to become a habit into your everyday life, download the tool, go ahead, get started. In 21 days, this is going to become very effortless for you. So what if you're a super busy mom and you're like, I don't have time to do this manifesting vision board woo-woo stuff you're talking about. I get it. I was once in your shoes. And we don't have all these endless hours, I get it, to manifest away. But the good news is, even though the vision board process itself requires a little bit of time and effort, okay, it doesn't mean it's not feasible for you as a busy mom to do. I think a lot of times, most of us are wasting a ton of time daily. And this includes myself. I'm right there with you. Okay. When I get that little alert on my iPhone each week of how many hours I spent on it a day, yes, hours a day, I cringe. Like when I really think about the amount of stuff I could be doing that is so much more in line with my goals, my vision, my dream life, I can't help but feel a little robbed, like a little disappointed in myself. So if you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, who's got time to make a vision board? Who's got time to manifest? Let me just be the one who tells you, like, you have time for this. I have time for this. We all have time for this. Okay. And we're just not making it a priority in our lives right now. And that's okay, because we can easily change that. It's a behavior that we can easily flip a switch and change. That's what podcasts like this are for. That's what resources like the Mama Work It blog are for. That's what surrounding yourself with really like-minded, ambitious, creative, amazing people are for, you can easily do this. So let's talk about how to do that. So one idea is, like I do in my family, make it a family project. Like get your kids involved. Maybe you do a family vision board all together. Maybe you each do your own. We tend to do this annually. Usually it's around New Year's as a way to like kick off the new year, set some goals, put some visions. Another is maybe you go digital and create a board on Pinterest, on Canva. This can be super quick and easy. I mean, you could probably get it done in like 15 minutes if that's the case. You can make it on your phone. You can do like the background on your phone to be your vision board. It could be your laptop wallpaper that you see every single day, every time you open your laptop. You can also, like, if the idea of a year-long vision boards feels too daunting, you can keep it seasonal. It can be something you change up every so often. So instead of thinking about the next year or the next 5 years, you think about the next 3 months. Like, what do you want to feel, create, experience this season? And sometimes that can feel a little less intimidating for people than thinking of these big, audacious goals that you might be putting on a vision board, more of a long-term thing. And I want to remind you, if there's any sort of guilt creeping in, it is okay. And you don't need to feel guilty for dreaming outside of motherhood. Okay. In fact, it's like the complete opposite. Like you're showing your kids what's possible when you believe in yourself. I've put things on there for our family. I've also put things on there completely for myself. Like one year I put these gorgeous eyebrows. Not even kidding. And that was the year I finally invested in microblading my brows, and they looked amazing. Okay. This past year, I put a picture of a couple, a married couple. I say that because you see the rings in the picture, and they're drinking champagne and they're looking at the water in front of them, like the ocean. And it was just like, I really wanted to experience like a getaway with my husband. So we ended up doing this. We took a night away when we were already on vacation, actually, with our family. We basically took a vacation from our kids. We love them, but we never get to do this stuff. And we had the luxury of grandparents there. So we did it. We did it. I'm always putting lots of health stuff on my vision boards. And I know, of course, and you know this too, being healthy is good for everyone around you, including your family, your kids. But I also know a lot of moms struggle with taking time away from their family to exercise, to, spend the money on a gym membership, a yoga studio membership, a personal trainer, to buy the cute workout clothes that motivate them to work out because they're busy spending the money on buying cute kids clothes that their kids are going to outgrow or stain like in the next month. So I say all this because I know we all have these good intentions to make these things happen in our lives. And we know that we should be doing some of these things, or at least we think we should, but we don't often follow through. And these vision boards, I think, are just incredible tools to help us not only get there, but maybe even surpass what we even thought was possible for us. I mean, I'm not kidding. I've heard so many amazing stories from friends, moms who've manifested big, big things. And it started with creating this vision. Maybe it was the flexible job they were dreaming of, the new home that they pictured, even just a life that felt more balanced and peaceful. And I want you to know, if it's possible for them, if it's possible for me, it's possible for you too. So I've shared some of my own examples. And I will tell you, as someone, again, who is deeply rooted in the logic of things, like I like a process, I like a formula, I like to know how things are getting done. Like, give me the steps. I love a good plan. I also try to surrender a lot. I try to surrender to the woo. I try to surrender to God. I try to find comfort in the fact that there's so much out there that I don't have control over that is possible for me and that is possible for us. So even if you think the idea of vision boards or manifesting is like super far-fetched from your very analytical self, I'm going to challenge you. Why not try it? Why not invest just a little bit of time in a fun creative project like this? Like, why not give yourself permission to dream and imagine and envision what life could be like with these lenses on? Why not just give it a chance and see what happens? Because what worst case scenario, nothing changes. But I have a feeling that won't be the case. So if this episode inspired you, I would love to see your vision boards. Share them with me on Instagram at the handle Let Mama Work It. Tag me so I can cheer you on. If you know another mama who needs this kind of inspiration, please share this episode with her. As always, thank you so much for tuning in today. Until next time, keep on working it, keep manifesting, keep believing in your magic, and I will see you next time. Bye.